Greetings and welcome to this week's episode of Advice with Dr. McKinney. I'm Dr. McKinney. I'm a therapist who's here to help you identify issues, situations, or problems you may be facing. Please do not use this platform as a form of therapy. If you're in need of therapy, please reach out to a licensed therapist or counselor. Today's topic is, are you a wife? You may have heard the saying, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. You may have also heard the saying, do not give a man wife privileges without being his wife. Now, let's unpack that, because you may be confused. Which is it? Am I a wife or am I a girlfriend? When we think of the duties of a wife, many of us think of cooking, cleaning, and having sex. Those are not the only things that a wife does. If you are behaving as a wife, one thing that you provide for your mate is peace. That doesn't mean that you won't argue. That means that you engage in active discourse. What is active discourse? Active discourse is when you and your mate can sit down and discuss those things that are bothering you, those things that may be causing issues in your relationship, without letting it drag on for weeks or months at a time. Once you engage in active discourse, you and your partner are able to put the things that are bothering you on the table and address them. You're his peace, meaning that you do not contribute to the world beating him down, to the world making him think that he's less than who he is. When your mate is vulnerable with you and shares information with you about things that are bothering him, things that he feels that he's not adequate in, you do not turn around and use those things against him in an argument or an active discourse to make him feel less than, because that information was shared with you in confidence to help you all build your relationship. The next thing that you want to know is that you are a helpmate. By being a helpmate, that means you are there as a silent or not so silent partner for your mate. If he is involved in some type of business venture, you're there to help him make decisions in that place. You're there to help him identify things that he may not see. You are to protect his blind spot. So sometimes we see things that our mate may not see, and you're able to point them out and help him address those things. How do you do that? Very lovingly. You make sure that you and your mate are in a space where you can talk out those things that you see in his blind spot that he's not aware of. Make sure that when you approach your mate to discuss those things that are in his blind spot, that you are not accusatory, that you are not belittling, but you're just there to shed light on things that he may not see. The next thing you will do as a wife is you're there to help your mate be better. How can I help him be better? That may be leading him to a spiritual relationship. That may be encouraging him to go back to school and advance his education. That may be offering assistance to help him improve his finance or his credit. So these are just some of the things that you can do to help your mate be better. To wrap things up, as a wife, you are there to be your partner's peace, his helpmate, and to improve his life. If you can do those things, then you are a wife. That concludes today's episode, and I hope that you enjoyed. See you next week.